My name is Lamar Chesney. I have been a chief financial officer or a chief procurement officer in 11 companies in 9 industries over 4 decades, with companies such as Coca-Cola Enterprises, Marsh McLennan, SunTrust Bank, Delta Airlines. Generically speaking, there's globalization, and that impacts both the revenue side as well as the cost side. And being a solid CFO, you're sort of obligated to manage both sides of that equation. So the increased market globalization, both from the sales side and the cost side, draws you in. There's also increased regulations, and that just pulls CFOs back into the compliance and the reporting side of the equation, taking them away from being a very strategic partner. So those are things that are working back and forth, helping CFOs to be forward-looking, be progressive marketplaces, and at the same time assuring that they preserve and protect. I always said that CFOs, most companies, not just CFOs, but most companies play the game of risk. I don't know if you've ever heard of the game of risk. The game of risk, it's a board game, and it talks about strategies, war strategies, and you move armies around on the board. And what that taught me is that most companies actually play that board game. You either ensure advancement, which is promotion, or you prevent retreat, which is preservation and protection. And good quality CFOs today really struggle with that balance to make sure they actually promote the enterprise, first movers advantage, and preserve and protect. Good quality leaders actually know how to weave between weeds and clouds. They know how to preserve and protect and ensure that processes, protocols, procedures, and people actually are moving in a positive direction. And actually, they can periodically come up and look and see that we're moving in the right direction. The reason I say that is years ago I was trying to be a pilot. I was taking pilot's lessons. This is to say that there's a message in everything in life if you look and see what the message is. And I was doing touch and goes, and I was doing balloons. And if you know anything about aircraft, balloons are when you hit land very hard and you bounce. And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to grease. And the FAA instructor was telling me after about the third time I'm hitting him very hard, he said, I know what your problem is. And I said, well, what's my problem? I don't want to land like this. And he said, you're looking at the ground. And he was right. I'm gliding this plane down and I'm looking out the window like this. He said, look at the horizon. That's how you should drive your life. How do you drive a car? You look at the horizon. You're aware of the potholes, but you look at the horizon. And that's what people do that become leaders. And CFOs know how to manage the potholes, but keep themselves in there. And that's where I came up with a statement. This is a Lamar statement. Never let your vision be limited by your sight. Depending upon how you react to it, these trends can either adversely impact you or be positive, because every challenge is an opportunity. If you do the former and you become restricted, put back down into the control, compliance, preserve, and protect, then you're going to be viewed on the controller side of looking at a CFO. If, on the other hand, you ensure that there is adequate policies and procedures and protocols in place, and you take that uncertainty that exists because of globalization and regulatory environment, and you seize the moment to be a first mover's advantage in the marketplace, if you do that, then you can be a strategic leader. So it depends on how you react to it. I think it's positive. The evolution of the CFO role, I think, is a very positive, progressive movement. I'm an impatient man, so I think the pace could be much greater. Uh, and I think we have, as a body, positioned ourselves into be surrogate CEOs. And the reason I say that is one of the most difficult questions I had ever gotten when I was first a CFO was my CEO asked me, "How are we doing?" And I thought a minute and I said, "Is he asking about compared to prior year, compared to budget, compared to forecast?" And he wasn't asking any of those questions. He was saying, "You, like me, see weeds, see clouds. You, like me, know our strengths, our weaknesses, what our strategies are, what our competitors are. How are we doing?" So it's a holistic question. And so long as we as a profession become much more keen on projecting that and are seen that way, then I think we're making progress.